Hey guys, I just wanted to show off a couple new contraptions that I've built here in the last few days, just in case anybody's interested in seeing a 4x4 piston door in Bedrock Edition Minecraft. So, in one of my previous videos, I showed off a flying machine 4x4 piston door right over there, but it's not very practical. So, these are the doors that I used to make back when I was still using iron blocks to build things. So, this is a 4x4 piston door, but as you can see, unfortunately, it has this 2x2 sunken in kind of section, which isn't ideal. It's not the most pretty, but it's still a super fun door, very functional, and I absolutely love it. When I first built this thing, I sat here and flicked the lever just over and over again. Just listen to this thing work. If that isn't a welcome mat on your build, I don't know what is. So this thing works using what's called a double piston extender. So as you can see, there's two pistons here, and with precise timings, you can make it so it will push this piston first, then this piston will fire pushing the block out, and that happens on both sides. And when it's unpowered, it will retract one piston, retract the block, so that you end up with this flush sidewall. I absolutely love this door. 10 out of 10, but I think we can make it better. So in the last few days, I wanted to try and solve this 2x2 area issue. And that's when I built this thing right over here. So this is another 4x4 piston door with a block missing for some reason. Let me just place that in there because it's going to bug me. And this is what it looks like when it's closed. So as you can see, the 2x2 area has been brought forward. And to do this required a lot more engineering than I would like to admit. It seems like a simple problem to fix, and it probably is simpler than I made it. But this is the end result. And if I was in love with that door, oh man, this is my absolute baby. I don't typically make stuff this advanced, but I recently figured out how to make a full 3x3 piston door instead of the regular ethos door that I'm used to making. And using the same sort of techniques, I have made this. So how it works is it's still a double piston extender, except it's connected to a honey block instead of just a regular block. And that honey block carries these two blocks as well as this additional piston, which when it gets pushed over top of this redstone block, it pushes the whole thing forward. As you can see, I have honey on one side, slime on the other, because they actually do meet in the middle. And if they were to do this and it was both slime or both honey, they would stick together and the whole thing would break. So if anybody's interested, I can make a block by block tutorial. There's a ton of redstone hidden underneath the ground here, but the hardest part is making that double piston extender, is filling in those two blocks on the inside. Other than that, it's just like making a regular ethos 3x3, which would look something like these guys up here. This is a regular ethos door where there's a hole in the center. And as you can see, there's three pistons on the bottom, three on the top, one on the sides. The only change would that be that you would add a fourth piston here and two additional pistons on the side and another piston there to make it 4x4. But that results in having, instead of a 1 block space in the middle, a 2x2 block space in the middle. So if you can figure out how to make that ethos door, you could make this just with what I've showed you here. But in case anybody is interested, just let me know, and I'm happy, absolutely happy to make a block by block tutorial in case anybody is interested in replicating this in their own world. But that's all I have to show for you today. So thanks again for tuning in and watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing these new builds that I've made, and I'll catch you in the next videos.